Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so Afucus, this is going to be a storytelling that is in honor of the fact that we've got a meteor shower that peaked last night and another one that'll peak tonight. And so with that in mind, I wanted to be inspired by that and say, all right, so what is the message that comes streaking across somebody's sky or crashes into their atmosphere? What is the unexpected? All right, so let's take a look. We have got the High Priestess. Also, before I move any further, quick note, you guys, a lot of you don't know this yet. About 6 months ago, YouTube did an update, changed their formatting. And now all of my videos are not placed under the video tab on my channel. They're all categorized under the live tab. So if you wonder, like, why don't I ever put out videos? I do. I actually put out a ton of videos every week, but they'll all be found in chronological order, but only under the live tab, not under the video tab. I know it's very counterintuitive, but that's how it is. I'm just trying to remember to say that because a lot of people have been asking me lately. All right, so what is crashing into our character's world? A huge sense of my spidey senses are going off. My little antenna is sticking out because I sense something is coming. I sense that there's an energetic vibe and I am tapped into it. I'm on a wavelength right now. I've got some kind of the Lovers and the Hermit. So somebody is very tapped into another person's energy flow. So first off, Afucus, we've got kind of like the Cancerian, Pisces, Virgo vibe. We're doubling down on the Virgo vibe here, and then we've also got Gemini in this. 3 major arcana to start this out. So this is a big one. That what comes streaking across the night sky for Afucus, which really the night sky in this case is like somebody's mind. That's the metaphor that I would choose to use for this. What crosses their mind suddenly is, I think someone out there is perhaps looking for me and very concerned. What if I'm with somebody else? They suddenly are longing for me. They're missing me. I sense that I'm thinking of them all of a sudden for no reason, which means maybe it's because they were thinking of me first. That's the way I would interpret this. Afucus is getting some kind of a jolt that goes, why am I thinking of that person? There's nothing that reminded me of them. There's no reason I should have that deja vu moment. There's nothing that I didn't drive by something and see their name on a street sign. I didn't hear a song that reminded me of them. Nothing. So why are they suddenly, it's out of the clear blue sky that there is this, somebody that Afucus has not talked to in a really long time. Really long time. It's been crickets. It's been silence. Tell me more. Oh, well, so I only take cards that jump out, but as I was in mid shuffle here, that one was going to go anyway. But okay, so we got quite a few cards now. All right, so that was let's see what we got. So we got Justice in the reverse. Man, we stick with the major arcana there for a little bit, right? So that's our Libra energy. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Swords, the Chariot, Cancerian energy, and then as you saw, that 9 of Cups. And these 3 technically were the last that came out because this one fell out and then these other 2 shuffled as I finished my shuffle there. So I'm going to take them as like a collection of 3 different segments. So we've got somebody who wants to make something right. What it looks like to me, though, is that both characters are single. This would be a single Afucus who is rocking it. I mean, they're loving their life. They are, everything that they do is like they are right where they want to be in life as far as their self-confidence is high, their money looks tight, everything's looking awesome. There was a balance to the universe in the sense that maybe this person didn't treat Afucus right, but the universe balanced things. It gave Afucus some other like amazing energy, something else that allowed them to like excel. Maybe they had to do it totally alone, but doors opened. They didn't have anybody to count on but themselves, but the effort that they put out there, it brought them more and more success, and the success that they get to, like proudly claim, like, I did this, I did all of this. And I mean, honestly, again, with the single energy here, my wishes have been coming true. I've been living my best life. Afucus could really be saying, I'm in a terrific head and heart space. I'm not pining for anybody. I'm a very satisfied individual, satisfied with my single life. That doesn't mean that they're not open to dating or anything. It just represents that this Ophiuchus is, they have not been crying in their boots. They have not been shedding big old tears on their pillow at night. They're loving their single life and everything that it's entailed. Now, that being said, what's kind of wild about this is whomever this character is who's out there wondering who's loving Afucus, right? Like that song says, I wonder who's loving you. They want to come racing in and find out the truth. Is Afucus with somebody else? Is there, I don't know why they suddenly have the confidence to do this. They've been on a silent and solo journey for a while. And at this point, there is this profound desire. And you notice that this chariot is riding across the night sky. Maybe that's just it. They want to come crashing right into the atmosphere of Afucus's life, much like a meteorite would. It comes across like there must still be a connection for Afucus to be able to pick up on their, like, I feel this person thinking about me. I don't know how I know it. I just know it. They're out there. They just cross through my mind like that. I don't know why I have to make that annoying sound, but that's the sound of thoughts. At least in my world, apparently. This person, they have this idea in their mind, and maybe they are really balanced now. Maybe going on that hermit's journey, maybe they did find balance. Maybe they did get to the point where they now know who they are, what they want, and they have got to come forward to Afucus, is what this is saying. Just because somebody else wants to doesn't mean that they get to. Hold on, actually, I want this deck here instead. Okay. Tell me more. Why is Afucus even picking up that vibe? Why is Afucus like, I feel them thinking about me? The Lovers again. So twice out of 2 different decks. So Afucus is like, well, I can't help it. They could be in like different locations. The fact that this person has a chariot, this could be somebody who lives like in a totally different time zone where it's like your night is my day, or, we're enough hours apart that it's daytime before it's daytime for me by a couple hours. They might have, like, the first thought in their mind was Afucus, and Afucus is like, wow, the last thought on my mind before I went to bed tonight was them. That thought didn't come from me, so it must be them. You notice how they're reaching out. This is, in both of these cards, we see characters, both of the Lovers cards, holding hands. It doesn't matter how far apart they are, these two still share some kind of a bond. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Afucus may actually still really care about this person. Even though they're good alone, even though they've been loving their life, I would say that we don't have a lot of bad emotions that exist between these two, not on the side of Afucus anyway, because they wouldn't be contemplating this person as, like, I think of them fondly also, unless they actually did. They don't harbor hard feelings for this person. In fact, it may even be that Afucus has said, I always knew that there was something there between us, but, maybe they had to go on this private journey. I certainly didn't want to. Look, thinking about this person actually pleases Afucus. They're saying, I certainly didn't want to, like, interrupt their personal growth. In fact, I might have encouraged them to go and heal themselves. Do what you got to do for you, darling. I love you enough to set you free to go do the things that you need to get yourself settled. It might have been hard for Afucus to do it too. That's maybe why they said, because I had the courage to take the right action, to, like, encourage somebody to go on their hermit's journey, to get themselves sorted out, instead of me saying, you're broken, let me fix you. I'll just pour my energy into you, and this will become some toxic thing where I'm like, trying to remold you into what I want you to be. This Afucus said, I don't do that to people. Instead, I'll let you go, and I tell you, you do what you need to for you. And if things work out to where you come back around and you're feeling different and you're feeling whole and you feel like you found yourself, hey, I'll talk to you then. It feels like Afucus truly was able to let this person go and just focus on their own life, and they have made a success of their own life. This is an amazing person, a very very personally powerful, and not somebody who commands others like, you will grow, you will become a better person because I will make you. They're like, no, you got to do what you got to do. I don't want to mold you in my image. I want you to do what you need to. And if our paths cross again, awesome. But I send you onward with love, and I would receive you back with love too. This is very positive mindset. So what happens here? It's like it's the right timing somehow for there to be, well, we got a 7 of Swords. I say right timing. But in this case, we have all these hieroglyphs. The hieroglyphs are representing, for me anyway, you can write down a bunch of stuff, but if someone else can't understand what the translation is, then you didn't really communicate it. This to me says, even if Afucus is like, I totally sense that person is out there thinking of me, and that makes me really happy. Maybe Afucus is just, this all feels like it's very 5D right now. Afucus is like, hey, I feel them thinking about me, and it kind of warms my heart, and I'm sending you vibes that say, I hope you're doing great. I hope you found your path, and if you have, I hope that you do come on back toward me. But here's the thing. At the same time, because I think that Afucus is a realist in this, they go, but I'm not about to lie to myself and say, ooh, I've got my spidey senses have told me this person is coming back to me. This is how it is. They're on their way in. No. I'm not going to try to decipher things that I can't even decode. I need direct communication because I only operate off of facts. That doesn't mean I'm not also an intuitive and spiritual being who can, sense things and get a vibe of energy around me. But like this, okay, Afucus knows how to read a room, and we can apply that to, like, they also feel connected to someone, and they have good vibes towards someone, and they sense that somebody is thinking of them right now. But then they ground themselves again and say, but unless I see actual action being taken by this person, all that is a thought, an emotion, and it's not backed up in factual anything. So I don't lie to myself. I understand that some things, if I can't decode and see what the actual message is because someone hasn't told me from their lips how they feel, I'm not going to read too much into this. I'm just going to accept that was a nice vibrational energy that came toward me. I thought of that person, and I had some nice energy off of it, and that's where I'll leave it, because unless they come forward to me, I'm not going to expect that they are. I'm not going to tell myself that they are, because they would have to take action. Otherwise, I am just making up a story out of these hieroglyphs, and my interpretation could be totally wrong. I like the fact that this Afucus is, I always love the Afucus reads. I always think this is the funnest. They're really meaty. I love these stories. We got 3 of Cups. We got 10 of Cups. Unless they come back in and they offer me an amazing love offer, and they build this incredible 10 of Cups with me, which I'm open to. But unless they do that, or until they do that, then it is just anyone's interpretation of what will happen or what their plan is. In the meantime, Afucus is like, however, with the 3 of Cups, they are not the only person out there. And I will say this, and this could be hard to hear. Remember, these are all fictional, though. So we're watching fictional characters play these roles out, right? What I will say is Afucus is also being such a realist about this, that they're also saying, my interpretation could be mistaken. I could have suddenly had this warm glow thinking about this character who I believe is thinking about me, but it could be because they're releasing me, saying, I'm not going to be ready to be in a romance with you in this lifetime, so please, you deserve the best. I want you to fall in love with somebody other than me. It's a 3 of Cups. That could be introducing some other person. I want you to have the 10 of Cups with them because I know I'm not ready, but I will always love you. That could be, and Afucus is just saying, hey, maybe that's the interpretation. Maybe I'm supposed to go meet somebody else. The bottom line is, this Afucus is allowing things to reveal themselves instead of jumping to conclusions and assumptions. what does happen here, though, for this person? Because we saw them with that chariot. We saw them 3 of discs. See, to me, this is looking like, because we've got the ammonite, the fossils there, and because you notice how the ants have burrowed through the sand to where we're looking through the other side of the earth into the cosmos, I would have to say, I think that this person is very much heading back. They finally made a portal so that they can get back into Afucus's life. I actually think in this storyline, even though Afucus is not going to count their chickens before they hatch, I think this character is on their way back in to speak some truth. I think Afucus got the correct vibe that I feel like this character is thinking about me in a really nice way. I feel like they might be headed my way. But you know what? I'm not going to assume that and set myself up for any sadness. If they do come in, great. But if I'm supposed to meet somebody else, I'm open to that too. This storyline says, though, this character is actually on their way in. But again, Afucus is like, yeah, well, I'll believe that when it happens. I'm not hanging my happiness on the mystery of what this person is going to do. And I think that's the strongest message. And that's what I like so much about this, is it's somebody who is not letting themselves get like, oh, this is how it has to happen because this is what I thought was going to happen, without any factual basis for that. This Afucus is allowing things to unfurl while still allowing themselves to be intuitive, but know that there's more to every person's behaviors and outcomes, and the free will dictate what someone actually does versus what they wanted to do. And so Afucus is just like, look, I'm not going to be crestfallen by if they don't come in, and if instead I meet somebody else, because maybe that's the way this is supposed to go. However, when we looked in on their side of it, that character appears to be heading on in. It's taken a long time, and it may still take more time since it's the 3 of pentacles here, 3 of discs. There's a lot of moving parts to them returning, but it does look like they're on their way back in. All right, Afucus, I'm going to leave that one there and just say, I know, I love that the big message here was the grounded energy that Afucus displays. So yeah, I liked this one. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy my fictional storytelling, awesome. Please do subscribe. Please do give it a thumbs up. It helps my free channel to grow when you take those free actions. So I thank you for that. Also, just FYI, this week there will be some fun things coming up. So keep your notification bells on so you don't miss those things. I got like 1, 2, or I guess a couple of different announcements that should be fun. All right, you guys, take care. Bye.